そうだ、味方だぜ。
Hello, and welcome everyone to D6, where I, RCM, bring together a bunch of friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. Making sure everything is just fine. So before we get into tonight, we're gonna go ahead, go through our sponsors, talk about Patreon, and then we will move on to tonight's game, do the recap and everything. So first and foremost, I want to once again thank our friends over at Elderwood Academy who had sent us some dice trays, a dice tower for Caitlin because she uses it a lot. You guys can hear it in the streams. And I love this. I love the designs. They give you customizable options. They look super amazing. And they also have several other dice peripherals that you guys can order. It is all very well made. I just love it. And if you guys want to go ahead and check it out, you can go to elderwoodacademy.com/d6dr/ don't forget the end / there, because that's how you know, or how they know that we sent you. And if you once again want to order something like this, by all means, you guys can go ahead, check it out. I really recommend you do get yourself a dice tray, get yourself some dice vaults, get yourself a dice tower even, and just enjoy. I really hope that you guys like their stuff as much as I do. So once again, that is elderwoodacademy.com/d6dr/ don't forget it. All right, second thing I'm going to quickly announce. We made it to $1,500 over on the Patreon. This is going to be slightly temporary, as I was informed that the reason why that the patron wanted to get to the $1,500 was because I promised everyone that if we made it to $1,500 before the end of the year, I would get a tattoo of the main character Belle from Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon on my arm. So next month, that will be happening. and so that's pretty much what he was trying to achieve. And so thank you for our wonderful patrons over on Patreon. I really cannot thank you guys enough. You help support everything I do in between making How to Be an Adventurer, this show, and other shows and other content that we are going to be producing relatively soon, as always. So if you guys want to go ahead and support the Patreon or check out the Patreon, links are down below. And always, thank you guys so very, very, very much. All right, so I think that's everything. Slight quick announcement. I forgot to upload last week's episode. I was a bit busy this week. That won't be a problem next week, I promise. Considering that, I have no family in town, so everything will just get done normally. It'll be a normal week for me comparative to Thanksgiving. All right, so that being said, everyone, wake up! Rise! Rise, milk boy!
Rise! We're barely alive!
I don't do Thanksgiving. This is Mexico, god damn it.
Mexico. What do you celebrate during the holidays? Is it just Christmas?
Eating food.
Eating food. Okay.
That's a good reason to celebrate, honestly.
Yeah.
A great celebration. We're not famished.
Yeah. Yeah, that 100% fair. 100% fair. All right, so, anything pressing?
I don't think so.
No.
Nope.
No?
Nah.
Nothing major that I can think of. Just checking in the mics sound well, that you're not too low for the chat.
I think I should.
But that will be it.
How are we, chat?
Yeah.
Doing
Are we
okay.
coming in?
How
Are we
we
coming
sound?
okay? Waiting on the show.
Asking mainly now that people can hear us.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Sounding
In
all
the
right.
meantime,
All
you can
right,
probably
thank you.
start the intro.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. So, anything pressing? Nope. Then we press on. So, where we last left off. The battle for Zahir began. Coming down from each side, Zahir's most trusted advisors and champions, his generals. After a very intense first round, Zahir would not give way to any of you. Over the course of the entire battle, you guys had fought Not just only for your lives, but for the lives of many. Coming close to death, Canis, the potentiality of being consumed, Helena, you guys managed to press forward as much as you can, and towards the end, what could have been possibly a nightmarish endeavor, Daki, using a counterspell, saving you all from what would have been a potentially terrifying fate.
Yeah, boy.
After Sirocco entering the battle and beating the ever-loving shit out of a moaning earth elemental, you guys managed to achieve getting Zahir so weak that the Platinum Maul, Judgment's Martyr, was capable of being used as Leroy swung overhead, colliding with Zahir, stripping him of his godly might. River, in the final moments of Zahir, a weak level 1 nothing stood before you, cutting him down, and rightfully so. So, after the battle, River, you went to go and see Leroy as you see his hands beginning to dry and crack. As the night presses on, you all still winded, beaten, practically defeated, if not for the victory that you guys had claimed. The dragons that had come down from atop, you guys still hearing the roars of the battle above ground within the city. But not of the loss of life, but in putting out the forces that Zahir had held control over for so many years. As you guys begin to ascend out of what is this cave of horrors, flying overhead, you see what is the airship of your guys's being commanded by your original pilots, as you are relinquished to them and left upon the deck. For the rest of the forces that had been at your guys' command, continue to press onward in order to catch, detain, and defend the rest of Lohbandel.
Question: is Garu still huge?
Yeah, he's a big boy right now, still. How long does that potion last?
It lasts for like 1d4 hours.
Did you roll that d4?
I am now.
I want to see if I stay huge.
Yeah.
You.
Wow, I look
Huge.
big.
Well,
Also, I feel
technically,
last-
you're not huge, you're large.
Yeah, you're a
But
large...
it's still pretty
Big
huge
boy.
to me. Also, I taste glass in my mouth. What happened?
Let's see.
Those last 10 minutes were kind of a blur, to be honest.
I feel gross and slimy.
I want bread.
Bread would be lovely right now.
Yeah, boy.
As you guys are laying on the deck of the airship.
Anything to wash the taste of blood, glass, and god guts out of my mouth. That would be nice.
Go, I begin to think you have issues.
No, I'm being serious. I taste glass.
Open your mouth, let me see.
Ah.
How much of that shit's in there?
Of the glass that he ate?
Yeah.
His
The
mouth's
entire-
probably in shreds.
Entire
It looks like a
bottle.
horror movie.
I mean, considering that... So, here's the thing. Considering that he's already a relatively big boy and you were sticking your head into his mouth, what was once could be a very tight fit, he could come down on your head right now and it would come clean off.
So it's like gator sized.
Yeah, no, he's Lorg.
He's a big boy.
And it's filled with glass.
So, yeah, there's a lot of glass pieces that are still there, retained. There's probably some already in his internal varieties, but
Am I gonna need a
if he's gonna
doctor?
process that out, it's not gonna be healthy.
God damn, we have no plan to plan.
Ooh, can I shoot it out?
No.
That sounds even more painful, but you're free to try.
Okay.
Why are you
How
like
would-
this?
How would you even?
Let's see. Let's go through my list of spells. Let's see.
Fireball.
Ooh.
Blast it out.
Ooh, a mending bullet!
He can't
Oh, yeah.
feel the glass if he's burnt.
Let's see.
Can't feel pain if he's dead.
No, I don't have my feet yet. No.
I mean, I can use thunder. I can shock him.
How would that
That could
help?
probably help with the pain.
Yeah, numbs and pain and stuff. I just want to shoot something, to be
Is that
honest.
really how that works? I don't think so.
Can I just shoot him?
I just
No.
shoot it.
Christ.
Docky's solution to everything.
Shoot
Just shoot. Is she American? What the hell?
No, she's a Celsian.
What's the difference? How's the city looking, by the way? Since we are in the airship, you said?
Yeah. So as you're kind of just crawling up and over to take a look at the city, it is being not invaded, but recaptured by the massive forces of the entirety of the armies that you guys had collected over the course of the past several months.
If I see a large group of UNT running away, I throw one of my barrels at them. It's for good measure. Fuck them.
For anybody that could be potentially a UNT, they are being captured and detained.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they. As far as things go, it seems like because of the massive forces that you guys have, out of what is a relatively largish city, mostly made up of halflings, but definitely invaded by UNT. Seems like for what it is with this level of military force, and then also a great deal of them probably losing power or feeling unprotected. due
Yeah, all
to
those
their
clerics
god.
just suddenly got
Yeah.
no magic.
Yeah, due to their god just disappearing. Yeah, you get a sense of feeling that they feel threatened, if not unprotected.
I wanted to look around in that mansion. Maybe they had something of value there.
Probably look later. But for now, we are far too beaten for any of that kind of risk.
As well, one of the two Arakakras, as they begin to step over. Perhaps we should just rest for the night. It shouldn't be too long. At least if all these forces manages to capture all the other forces, probably be
Yeah.
done by the morning.
We can go to the rendezvous where all the journals meet up.
Yeah, we
Right.
did our part. Now it's their job.
So, return back to the Emerald Enclave, yes?
Mhm.
Alright.
A good idea, yes.
Yep.
Alright, Raza, make headway. And you see as he begins to turn the airship out and around in order to push back towards the Emerald Enclave for the night. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do while you're...
Yes, how's Leroy looking?
He looks tired. And he... Keeping his eyes closed, he's just looking like he's resting. Which is different for a creature that has been undead for a while, but like... From this perspective, it's almost as if he is... A lot of his energy has been pulled out.
Can I shock him?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Reverse is going to stay with Leroy, holding him while he's resting.
You can...
You get near my brother, I'm going to break your knees.
Okay.
He's... It's almost as if watching a creature that hasn't breathed in months, you can see it breathing.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Does he have a pulse?
I don't think he ever did.
No, he doesn't, but that's what I'm wondering, because he also didn't breathe.
Make a medical check.
Oh, I have a bonus with those, yay!
Make a medicine check.
Yeah! Okay. Finally using my D6. Medicine. That's 17, 20, 22.
22? He doesn't have a pulse. Definitely does not have a pulse, but... Just inspecting around him... Whatever that hammer did, you're not exactly sure what it did, but it did something different. Something that is currently affecting the tether of his existence on this plane, and the action that it took to use Judgment's Martyr.
I know this is not gonna work or anything, but I'm just Reverse is going to engulf Leroy with a sanctuary and cast Healing Touch. I know it's not going to do much, but so she will do.
Okay. Turning that off. Whoops. Every week.
So mechanically, he will just heal 9 points.
Okay.
But I'm looking for the effect of feeling better.
There is no immediate relief. Not that you can
Figure,
see.
but,
His form is still drying in a way. So, is there anything else that you guys want to do for the rest of the night?
Stuff my face and nothing but bread.
There's a mighty number of loaves kept as a ration bay. So you open probably what could be several handfuls of well-made baked bread as you go. Ow.
Can you help me look at my brother? I don't know if you can tell if something else is coming on with him.
Maybe. I'm not sure how much help I'll be. Canis doesn't have medicine.
Make a history check.
Alrighty.
Probably anything about the hammer. If it's
21.
21?
Hey,
Hey.
21.
Given your vast interest in wanting to know more about the hammer, over the course of the past several months, you've kind of just been going through old texts. Even within your family library, there was probably one one physical text that could possibly have popped up, but it didn't give you as much detail as you would have liked. It is an affirmation of the Judgment's Martyr was designed as a bargaining chip. Basically, all the gods put a piece of themselves within the hammer and said, if anyone steps out of line, this is it. This will be your end. This is what comes for you. So, in that, in its creation, all the pieces of the gods being put into it, it would only manifest should a god step too far beyond the line, causing an imbalance to the world. It recently probably popping up, especially being within the hands of some of the most nefarious individuals. It having manifested, it residing, and also it being used upon Zahir and its immediate disappearance afterwards. All you know is that the name in and of itself, Judgment and Martyr, could be what's happening. Casting Judgment and Martyrdom.
I don't think there's anything we could really do for him.
Spell, any healing? She panics a little bit. She's also once again engulfing with Sanctuary and casts Greater Restoration. I don't think it's going to do much, but just try.
As you try and you begin to hover your hand over, you
If
feel...
this is a curse, I can break it.
You feel Leroy's hand cover yours. Hey. We knew this was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen, yeah?
I know.
Stop trying.
You know what? Am I supposed to just look at you shrivel down in silence?
You see the one green eye as it begins to peer through the reddish locks of hair as staring back at you. Save your energy. We'll go back tomorrow, yeah?
I'm sorry. I was so mad at you that I didn't even take the time to, hang out during these past couple of months.
I'm sorry I left. It's done. Just rest for now. You see him begin to kind of lean back a bit more into your arm.
River is just going to hold him and also attempt to rest a little bit, but she's going to be humming a lullaby that their mother used to sing to them.
Alright.
Just as Leroy is trying to rest.
As the night goes on, protected by the moon, you hear the shouts and screams as they grow farther away. You all return back to the Emerald Enclave.
You're apparently a bit quiet, Yarrow.
Oh. There you go. As you return back to the Emerald Enclave, entering, you are given immediate quarters. And the night comes to a close. awakening. As you all try and roll out as much as you can. Sore, beaten, burned, poisoned, hurt. You guys manage to dust yourselves off and wash, preparing to return back to the city, which has now been reclaimed. As it is informed to all of you that victory was made by daybreak. Several Yuan-Ti have been arrested, detained. There now only leaves the last 10,000 halflings within Lohbandel. There are a few stragglers, but not enough to cause harm.
That's good.
You see, as all of you are preparing within your quarters here atop the grand tree, you see approaching what is a Gerald Rothschild as he stands before all of you, armored, which looks like it went through quite a bit of hell on his way back.
Sir?
As Lohbandel has been reclaimed. There
Well,
are a
that's
few
wonderful news.
matters. There are a few matters that must be attended to now. As it has come to my attention that the land and property still reside within the name of Dustlink.
That it does. Huh.
In order to prevent a power vacuum, it would be recommended to have signed, stamped, and sent to the king a title, a means of leadership.
As he stares at the two and only individuals that could possibly claim the name.
One drying out like a mummy and
He's fine.
uh,
You just go.
well, yeah, the Dustlings still live, one way or the other.
Shouldn't you be happy?
You asking me?
Yeah. Like your brother is not dead, or is turning out to be alive, or
I'm not sure what's happening to him. So I'm more concerned than anything.
Wait a second. I do have identify. You can choose.
That's for items.
Damn.
Yeah, as Judgment Martyr is no longer within your guys' inventory, as it disappeared after it being used on Zahir last night, or the other night. Last night, yeah. So weird to say that.
Well then,
So wait, how does this work?
well, first we need to have a signed witness. I will consider myself. We'll return back to your homestead and provide you the position, or the title. And from there on, the decisions will be up to you on how you wish to rebuild your city. Of course, it will leave the opportunity as a means of support. Auraria will be able to provide you with anything for its reconstruction.
Will that put us in a debt with Auraria?
I doubt
I
they'd
would
be
not
offspring if they didn't have the means.
Yes.
Well, considering that it was on a trade route between Lycia and Vale, the Kayan border is equally as important. If we manage to adhere to the trade routes and keeping to the laws as well as proper taxation, as do all cities within Aurario and Elenon pay in its entirety, it would be not a debt, but rather a reprojecting. It would be a fair trade.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Well then, we'll return back to your homestead by tomorrow morning, and we will have the proper means signed away. And as he looks towards all of you, you've all achieved a mighty feat. I have to say, eyes will be much more closer on all of you now than they were before.
Oh, come on. I just got rid of my most recent peeper.
No surprises here.
Stories fly fast. 'Tis the life of an adventurer.
I say let them watch. I'd say we're quite impressive.
I agree. I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then, arrangements will be made. I will see you all at dawn tomorrow.
And you see as he places back his full cap helmet and he returns back out into the Enclave, hopefully to return to figuring out what to do with the sloths of Yuan-Ti that will have to go through the high courts and be judged.
If I'm passing by, I want to punch one in the stomach.
Well, as all of you now
Well, I'm
standing
putting salt
up
in the
on
wound,
grand-
sorry.
Yeah, I know. As all of you are standing on the grand tree, is there anything you want to do while you're still within the Enclave?
Nope.
Is there a Raven Queen shrine or temple in this city?
Generally no. Usually within the Enclaves, their leading voice of nature is Melora, so they don't cross religion like that here.
But I wanted to ask.
Yeah, it's okay for people of different religions to come through and pass through and do their business here. It's just, there's only one religion here that they genuinely do care about.
Where is like some of the like people from Jacobading along with Sterling?
So Sterling is still back at Aurorio, dealing with either your non-presence or helping out around the Metilius household. The rest of the Dracovanian forces, as well as Minerva and Rosaric, as well as Glacial Trux, are still kind of maintaining the order of being the threatening forces of UNT don't go anywhere. We are dragons.
Ah, that sounds about right. Like, I guess if like they're all still at the tree, then I guess cause there's not really anything to do there. So we'll just wait until like that's all cleared up, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Well, is there anything we can do right now?
Is there a library?
There is a library. As far as you're also aware, you guys did want to go back today to kind of just see what might have been left behind. Last night was a tactical, return away from being within a threatening force, as today that threatening force is now gone.
Oh, you mean going back to the Lohbandel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if we're going back to Lohbandel, I want to inspect the house. Make sure if we can find anything of value, their information, notes, documents.
Gold?
Okay.
A phylactery. I don't know.
Out of curiosity, I vaguely remember, because I saw the one vision when the snake lady died, right? As well as River.
Yeah, only you two saw that vision.
That was weird.
And she mentioned illithids, right?
Yeah, the illithids were destroying us.
Mm-hmm. Do I know anything about illithids? Would kind of doubt, but
make an Arcana check.
I'm actually pretty good at that. Let's see. River.
You reroll that.
Yay!
I am your lucky charm.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
There goes
That's
my
a 19.
reaction.
That's a 19.
19? Okay.
3, 2, 1. I can do it again.
So, in any of the sense, you've been well informed about anything within the prime material plane, especially coming from the Feywild. Any amount of threat that you can possibly assess and either eliminate or retreat from, as it is within your order's acknowledgements. To which, by the way, after they helped out the earlier night, they returned back to the Feywild. A final gift of the king. Where, in the sense of like trying to understand creatures of the entirety of the prime material plane, you are well and aware there is such thing as what is called illithid, otherwise known as mind flayers. The only time you would ever cross one of these creatures that have only been witnessed very few times, and those who manage to witness it and retreat either faced a very unfortunate end, or even in their retreat faced their very unfortunate end due to unknown properties of their decisions. But in regards to it, these are creatures that are purplish by physicality. They have tendrils that roll from their face, and they have very large oblong heads. As far as history has ever gone, you are aware that the Gith are often at odds with these creatures, as they are not just only creatures of the Underdark, but also creatures of the Astral Sea. And that is as far as any history of the Illithid that could be made out to be.
Okay. And I'll just silently ponder. She won't say anything at the moment.
Okay. Okay. So, you all wish to return back to Lohbandel.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
As you board your airship and take flight, you take...
Wait, how's my weapon? How's Star? Is she like mute? Am I unattuned to it now? Like,
Make-
what happened after
Make
all
a
this
charisma
happened?
check. Make a
Charisma.
Yeah.
Charisma check.
Yeah, make a
What's
charisma
wrong?
check.
Yeah. 14?
As you try to speak to Starbreaker upon this morning, nothing responds. It's almost as if she's done her job and she's cut herself off.
Aw.
Yeah. So you are considered unattuned to Starbreaker.
Oh man, I didn't even get the chance to say thank you.
Man, you got ghosted by a sword.
I got ghosted by a sword. Thank you, Star. Canis?
In the final word, even though you are unattuned, you hear softly in the back of your mind, "You're welcome."
Canis? I'm gonna have to return this to your vault.
All right.
I promised to her.
I'm sure she'd be fine with you carrying it there yourself.
I don't know, she was pretty strict about giving it back to your dad.
Well, my father's not here now, is he?
You have a dad?
Yes.
That's typically how existence works, I find.
I thought Canis was like a homunculi or something like that.
What made you think he was not just a person?
He doesn't smile. Only homunculi can't smile.
But what if the homunculi are sad because they're homunculi? Seems like a pretty sad life.
Indeed. That's why we need to make Canis smile more.
See, Canis, you're scaring her.
Moving on.
I mean,
It
she's
makes
not
you
complete. She's not completely wrong. I mean, you'd look so handsome with a smile.
Why are you all against me?
Look, I am in no position to be shitting on you right now.
Well, Docky, if it puts things in perspective, I don't have a father too, and I turned out great.
Gary, you scare me as well.
I do?
Good thing,
Oh my
Garu.
god.
You seem kind of violent from time to time.
That's probably because of all the trauma.
Yeah, that's why you scare me.
Yeah, that thing we went through last night, multiply that by a couple of times, you'll understand why he's always angry.
Okie dokie.
Let's go see what the snakes left in my home.
Alright.
Yes, shall we?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you all fly back, and oddly having to park your airship in what is now a giant hole in the back end of this mansion. It seems like a lot of fighting has happened here recently. As you guys begin to inspect, it seems like everything that had been fought, there's a bunch of stuff being thrown around. This is a relatively large mansion, almost equitable to Canis's, considering that it was rebuilt and
Not only that, they had to rebuild it for medium-sized creatures.
yeah, they had to remake it. They had to remake it, and they did their best to remake it in the in an old way. But you could still see the burned scars of what was the remains of the old house that had once resided here, almost as a means of either claiming victory or an insult to the memory.
Yeah, let's be honest here, it's not as big as Canis's. We are humble people here.
Yeah. It's a relatively big house, but it's not fancy. There's also a giant hole in the backyard.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What happened there?
If you guys remember,
Pyramid down there.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
the pyramid
Boulder.
is down there, and the man with that helped, who had helped you all. By the way, he had returned to battle later that night. I forgot to mention that.
We need to make sure to we need to make sure to destroy that freaking cigarette. I don't want any of those things here.
Well, you did buy a ton of gunpowder, as I recall.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna go great.
If that doesn't destroy it, it will most surely put a dent in it.
Or at least
Absolutely.
sweep the snakes away. Seriously, what was up with those little ones with shifting the arena around? That was weird.
Am I the only one who thought the snakes were cute?
Yes.
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 I have no strong opinion one way or another.
The collective of the entire game.
Again, a little quickly. Someone wanted to bring a UNT for the party. We were going to fucking kill them. No survivors. Speaking of no survivors, can you do a quick checkup?
Locate creature.
Not a single UNT within 1,000 feet radius. of
Oh,
this
it feels so
entire
clean.
building.
Are you ever going to stop asking me to do that?
This is, I swear to you, this last time.
Last time. Said that last time.
You say that every time.
Then why you keep asking?
Why do you keep asking? You paranoid little thing.
Oh, I got mute. I'll be right back.
Hey, I always need to make sure we can clean everything up.
I don't think a single time you've asked him to do that there's ever been a UNT within 1,000 miles of us.
What happens if it ever happens?
Well, then I guess
Don't-
we have a long way to walk to find that snake then.
Don't let her feed into paranoia. The last thing we need is that to happen again.
It's true.
Look, for the
Although
first
to answer your question, if it does come within a few feet of us, we'll do exactly what we did last night, in that we will kill it.
Well, yeah, but we will be ready. Instead of surprised. Speaking of,
I'm not
Sorry.
doing it again.
it's just... I feel this lift off my shoulders for the first time in almost 20 years. It's... I just need
You
to
get-
be sure.
She gives it a little friendly tug on River's braid. You did good.
I did go. You did great.
I
You
got
killed almost
swallowed.
all of them.
I got swallowed. Ugh.
Hey, I have been there too.
As have I.
I haven't.
Don't try it.
Not recommended.
You can't tell me what to do.
Gary jumps in the white dragon's mouth. Let me try. I want to see. Discord
Can't tell me
something.
what to do. You're not my dad.
I'm what they call built differently.
Oh God.
But yeah, can we do like an investigation or something to see if we find any documents, leftovers,
Okay.
Goodies.
goodies,
Loot.
magic loot?
Oh boy, here I go with my negative 10 perception again.
Oh boy.
Now, to
Alright.
be fair, it's either perception or investigation. It's up to you.
Okay. So, considering that this is your house built to almost the exact similarities, with roof differences, you go ahead and make an investigation, River with advantage.
Ooh. Investigation. Investigation. Thank God for that advantage.
Is this all of us?
Yeah, it's everyone
Okay.
Oh shit.
because it's a big house. All right, so I'll go across.
Natural 20.
Hold on, I'll go around
Hey,
everyone.
same seas.
Okay.
I'm getting a fucking egg again.
I still have a -1 to investigation. So
I have 0 investigation, but I got 20.
It's a good thing we share.
Yeah. Unless the ring of ultimate power.
This and okay.
Why didn't
So
you use this?
I'll go around the circle as we usually do. Garu,
fucking 3.
3. Okay. River.
20. Natural. 0 the modifiers.
Okay. So Helena.
Natural 20, which in total is a 32.
Okay.
I'm getting an egg.
Canis.
17.
17.
Hey.
Oh, that's really good.
Okay. And Daki.
I think he stepped away.
Yeah.
Oh. Well then I'll have Daki roll when Dai gets back. All right.
Okay.
So River and Helena, as you guys begin to kind of scope out the entirety of the mansion, there are various things within this building that could be considered as treasure hoards for individuals, either from what was the former general to the science of trying to understand magical items and their properties. You do end up within one of the rooms. Here. You end up within one of the rooms, which seems to have the most amount of stuff, which seems to have been the research and development area in order to try and maintain Zahir as his physicality had degraded to the point to where it was. In here you find, River, first of all, 2 things. You find a reddish-looking broken sword. The first half of what is this broken blade that has this very fine jewel in the center of it, and it looks dull by its form and design, but it's a beautiful looking blade for how much is left of it. It's glorious, but whatever it once was no longer exists now, but it's relatively important looking. And the second thing that you find, well, looks like to be this book of iron. So those being 2 things that you have found. Helena, in your investigation, you begin to kind of inspect and look upon what looks like to be a collection of rocks.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead and roll an investigation die, because we're doing some
Loot.
Yeah.
All right.
looting.
Okay. Investigation.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. Alright, I'll get to you. Elena, as
Hooray,
you begin to
single
kind of look what is this collection of rocks, you notice two things yourself. Out of the collection of rocks, something that almost kind of comes to noticeable good eye, that of being an elven woman. And as you pick it up, it is this beautiful bluish reddish kind of purple stone, and it emanates physical energy, almost as if holding it and hardens yourself.
This
The
is
second
interesting.
the second thing, Helena, that you find is what looks like to be this ball of iron bands as they kind of twist out and around and hold close to itself. Sure what that is. Alright. Canis. As you begin to kind of look for anything of any particular thing, you do manage to find with what looks like to be several weapons that have been abandoned or dropped, or at some point even stored. You do find what looks like to be a box. Still sealed and cold to the touch.
Detect magic. Is it something in the box or the box itself?
It's something inside the box.
Alright, opening that up.
Alright. You see with what looks like to be a long blue blade with what seems to be this ivory wolf at the end, this short sword. And you see the scrollings of these ice white runes that are running across it. It is emanating something just to the point of near frozen. All right. In regards to that, you also notice in the room there are several different other items. Maces, what looks like to be another amazing looking piece. And as you get a closer look towards it, you can see it's this long rod and what are jagged ends, and it makes your hair stand on end just the way it looks.
Taking that.
Alright.
It's mine now.
It's mine now.
I'm taking this.
I'm taking this.
You've robbed my house enough, I'm robbing yours.
Probably not mine. I need to check if I recognize any of this.
Alright. Docky,
What's up?
you find, just kind of looking around, kicking things around this room where everyone else is kind of just looking around for stuff. And you see what looks like to be a pair of purple slippers with almost like a spider-like web motif on them.
Ooh.
Garu,
Listen,
as you're kind of just stepping around and getting a feel, you enter a room and you feel your feet kind of just covered in tiny clattery metal.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
As
Ow.
you move, you can hear stuff sliding, almost like jangling metal, and you begin to notice. While it wasn't your initial intention, you probably found what is their treasury room. As you begin to kind of bend over and kind of touch things, yeah, there's probably a lot of gold in here. Too much gold, even.
Oh boy! Now I have another rich house to rob.
I was not going to go.
Someone's touching my money.
I was not gonna not have anybody not find anything. But the gold
We
thing
got
was,
2 natural
was fun.
20s, and we didn't
yeah.
find it? How would I not know
you
what
guys,
treasure is?
You guys are off
I
somewhere
can do
else.
something.
Garu wandered off and ran into the treasure room.
Okay, next time I
Hey,
do roll
I can
3.
mooch off 2 rich people. Yay!
I'm not letting him do
So.
anything.
He moved
So,
the opposite direction. That's when we just hear loud jangling coins.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
so,
look, the treasury!
I smell money. What is
pretty
it?
So pretty much, the amount that had been collected over the course of several decades and also heavily taxing the people.
Those fuckers.
Had accumulated close to.
I
about-
don't know who's going to tax them.
Yeah, had closely accumulated towards 175,000 gold pieces.
I can go for the reconstruction too.
Yeah. Of course, within the association of some being platinum, some being gold.
Yeah. Coins, basically, at the moment.
Oh, why are you crying, baby boy?
It'd be.
I'm
He's
sorry.
crying because he doesn't get any money.
I just imagine Kanus going to the house, breaking the doorknobs. Revenge!
Breaking the doorknob, stealing the gold, and your items. Revenge.
Breaking all the silverware.
How does it feel, River?
Just goes through all of the kitchen doors, just bends each and every spoon and fork.
This is the vicious cycle, the Bergioisi. They just take more money from each other.
Is Garu saying that out loud?
You know what? Fuck it, yeah.
He's getting punched in the face.
If he's bending... Listen, if you're bending the doorknobs, he's totally gonna say that.
If he says Bergiois, he's getting punched in the face. Say it right or
Not
don't
my
say it
evasion,
at
I'm not.
all. That's not how evasion works.
That's for a dex save, my dude.
That's called an attack roll.
That's an attack roll.
Sure.
I can test it.
Oh, Jesus, guys. Okay.
Against your AC.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Good. You got punched in the face.
No, it fucking does it. I didn't get a chance to use this in the last game, but he is going to use another Dragon Mark thing, and he's going to activate Shield.
As you go to whack Garu straight on the
Zach, you got the
snoot,
spell.
you're...
Wait, how high is your AC?
It is now 23 with Shield active.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
Standing there and I clang off of a shield in front of him.
No, it's the Berserk Clang sound effect.
Yep.
So, as you hear the physical forces of a magical shield being brought up, whang, and not a single knuckle of your fist boops the snoot of Garu.
What? What happened?
I'm not allowed to hit anything.
You know, if you're asking what happened, then you didn't use your shield as a reaction.
It's a,
You are well aware of what happened.
No, I don't.
What's gonna do?
It's not like I did miss my opportunity to use this last time in the Battle of the Gods.
Are you
No
guys,
way.
are you guys fighting?
no.
I wouldn't really say that.
It's more of a bickering.
It's an attempt.
Gar, that's fighting.
It is? Oh no, Canis, you're really bad at it. You want another
The-
free one?
How did you
See,
guys
now
make it to
recognize
level
him,
Better not to
13?
smite him.
How did you guys make it to fucking level 13? I will never know.
How I made it to 13 and only this is the first time I've attacked Garu. That's the miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It hasn't been Thanksgiving yet, you fuck.
No, shut up.
Christmas.
November's over. No, shut up. It's Christmas now. Yeah.
Christmas.
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 Fucking Jesus.
As my
No,
Christmas
it's
gift
November!
to you,
November!
One.
No, we are not fucking Jesus, Canis. We are celebrating Jesus.
I'm Jesus.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, you're Jesus.
All right, so as you guys begin to kind of just inspect and move around the house and kind of just see everything that had been made in a tribute, this place is not in any of the term squalor. It was used very well and in a very nefarious mean, sure, but at the end of the day, this is mildly furnished, and what seems to be several different rooms. The Dust Lake Manor now back into the hands of a River and a Leroy.
I don't know how to take that name anymore. Also, it can accommodate for medium-sized creatures. It's a little weird, but
It'll take some adjusting.
no. If you're gonna be having people over, might as well be accessible for medium-sized creatures. I always thought that, like the front area, the lobby, and the office, they were perfect for medium-sized creatures too. Because you have to have meetings.
you have a rich home now.
Those outsiders. I don't know how to take that.
So for the sake of the argument, what the hell?
Can you hear those? Shoot.
Doggos.
I was gonna say.
Very, very much
Yeah.
so.
So, Bracky, if you
Yes.
want to, and if you have some time, because I know you're relatively busy, but if you can give me the blueprints of the house a little bit later, I would deeply appreciate that. That it would help with the game. Just that way, I would know a lot better, because this is
How I
going
picture
into
it.
my- Yeah, how to
Because
picture it, the layout.
it's a manor, but it's like a town's manor. It's nothing big.
Yeah.
Nothing major. The only difference is like the front lobby entrance is accommodates for medium-sized creatures because you have to have your meetings with outsiders if you are
Yeah.
the leader of a freaking town.
Yeah.
The office too, because you again meetings.
Yep,
And most of the rest of the house has like maybe 4 rooms accommodated for visitors, and I'll think of it for you later on.
Okay.
But it depends on how the UNT kind of did it too. If they added extra stuff, because that's how they be.
Yeah. All right. Then we'll talk about that later. Then.
No worries.
All right. So
The key words is not fancy, but accommodating.
Yeah. So, as you all kind of do some rage looting.
Which, by the way, do I recognize any of the stuff people found?
No.
Besides the treasury.
No. All this stuff is new, different. Your family was relatively well off, definitely, either, by bleeding in taxation and renting out farmlands and all that stuff. This is different. This, it seems like the people that had invaded your home and then used it as a base of operations, this stuff is new. It's
So nothing left behind from my family.
nothing
In
you
my
can-
room, they took down my posters.
What
What were the
posters did you
posters
have?
of? Yeah. No. Go into description. I gotta hear this.
It's a bunch of sketches.
What are posters?
I was making a joke.
How many butt
Big
posters?
halfling girls.
Hey, that's not Bracky's room. That's Reaper's room.
How many Semi-Thigh Master arts did River draw?
Oh man, but I have tried to make. You know what the funny thing is? Sorry, off game. The funny thing is the only long braid with bangs haircut I found in Final Fantasy XIV for a River cosplay was for the male Lalafell.
Oh,
That's so fucking funny to me.
That's
Ironic.
Yeah.
God. All right. So,
Sorry, game. Back to the game.
it seems like your room had been made into its own accommodations for
Oh, the
whatever.
snake mating room, fuckers.
It
The
wasn't.
orgy dome.
It wasn't used for mass fucking, but it was definitely taken by somebody.
Yeah.
You also find a couple of other rooms. One of the ones was probably the ones where you had seen one of your visions, having looked into this manor before. This one being what had been taken by the demon general. As you begin to look around, you smell the sulfurous smells and what is the leftover what might have been this long form hookah, which was just left due to the immediance of the fight.
I'm giving that to Garo later.
They didn't get to
That's,
flush their stash.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pillows and various other things that were kind of just left around for this entity, probably more threatening than any Yuan-Ti here. You do find another, which is what seemed to be a continuation away from the lab. At this point, it was probably what was once Athelius's homestead, which is notes upon notes on trying to maintain the form of Zahir, diaries of her life before coming to the surface, what seems to be near love letters of her fallen comrade from back then. Yeah, she had passions, and
noticed.
yeah, she's
Passions and dreams,
gone.
and they're dust now.
Yeah.
Need a thick demon snake.
As you begin to
Wait a minute. It's a fiend, right?
demon.
That's a demon. That shit is not dead yet. Like with the Rakshasha, those things can come back.
Well, remember that the hammer had special effects, I believe.
On the
That had-
god.
on Zahir specifically.
Yeah.
Whatever may have happened towards that Marlith, you aren't sure what happened.
Turning to smoke, right?
She turned to sulfurous ash.
She got
upon
dusted.
her. Yeah, she got dusted, but you don't know if there was either an effect from the fragment of primeval, or if she returned, her demonic form had returned to
because
the Nine Hells. You're not exactly sure. You're gonna have to do some.
It's a
reading.
gut feeling.
Yeah.
From what I recall, when we dealt with the Rakshasha, it was the Rakshasha turning to like black liquid or black smoke. Like, that's what happens when you kill demons or devils, depending on which. But yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, you would have to find somebody
Demonologist.
somebody that professionalizes in that stuff, and it's more often than not either a blood hunter or what could potentially be somebody of a high religious order, which
Hello.
Canis.
Hi, Canis.
And either
Do you have any idea about that?
not to fight us.
Well, yeah, but
And it was also very weird with this Marlith, as she was very weak comparative to the stories of a Marlith. They are a lot faster and can attack much more.
was also probably a younger one, maybe.
What could have been potentially is that pulling a demon from one realm to another could have adverse effects if it is not done right.
It may have been kept here too long.
Probably.
Yeah. So,
By the way, how's Leroy doing?
as you are kind of going through the entirety of the house, you do find Leroy staring at what was his old room. It's the only room that was probably just not taken by anything. It is empty. The burnt wood goes down the floor. The room is destroyed. It's gone. And it was never rebuilt. And as you are looking at Leroy, he stares back at you.
Give me 1 second. Yeah. Wait up. Continue.
As he looks at you. Hey, do you remember the beach side?
What now?
The beach side.
We'll go around noon.
You do remember that there's a beach near Lohbandel, considering it's within that God, what do you call it? The channel?
Mm-hmm.
You remember it's there.
What about it?
Is it okay if we can go there for a little while?
I'll go with you. Like the old days.
Yeah.
Beach episode.
Sad the beach episode.
So as you travel through the city, just you and Leroy. As you guys make it down to the nearly tungsten sands. The trees of evergreen that stand behind you, the blue ocean as it rolls through, the white aftermath of each crashing wave. You can see as he begins to step out into the sands. Staring out towards the now setting sun towards the south over the mountains of Olmston. You see as he's staring out and looks out to you.
Is she calling to you?
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know if this is the gods' means of a gift or a curse, but I feel this. The air. I feel the wind and the spray of the sea. The warmth from the sand.
What's going to happen to you?
Looking out to you.
I'm sure I'm just going to be thrown into the astral. Just another particle of the universe.
Are you not going to be, going to the same place as mom and dad? Is she going to hold you? Is that the price of all of this?
Hey guys, I gotta restore my computer. It's acting up right now.
Sure.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
As he begins to kind of run his hand through the sands, he picks up a handful and letting it fall between his fingers. Maybe. Even I don't know if I'll have a soul after this.
I was happy to see you alive. Well, alive. Big quotation marks on that one. Things didn't go that great when we reunited. You became more of a pain in the ass than anything, if I'm gonna be honest. I think Canis still wants to kill you.
He may get his wish.
And you run out. And you ran away without saying a single word. You really got on our bad side. But the more the time passed, I was getting even angrier. But I was happy to see you again. Now you have to go, and after fulfilling your contract with
Okay.
the Raven Queen and everything,
Okay.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh.
Kinda wishing I had more time, but I wouldn't know how to spend it. It will never be enough. I'm gonna try to look around if there's any way to make sure to keep your soul peace. I don't know what she's gonna do to you.
I don't think you have.
I've been saving my visit to those dragons for that same reason.
I don't think
Maybe
you
they
have
can
the
give me a
time to do that.
clarification.
I don't think you have the time to do that.
Hey, I can always find it. What am I supposed to do? Stay in one place and do nothing? That's not how I am.
No, but very least you can do is for me.
I couldn't hear you.
The least
The least you can do, okay?
The least you can do for me is memento mori. That's what this all was, right? I made my deals and I paid the price.
Yeah. I just wanted to be sure you had a peaceful afterlife. Like, you're dead already. There's nothing more. There's not much we can do about that. And after you sold your soul, I have a question though. Since you just went through all of this, was it worth it?
As the final wave crashes on the beach side, he turns out towards you and removing the eye patch that had covered a great deal of his face for so long, throwing it into the sand. The hole that had taken his life initially. We should get back.
That is not an answer.
As he steps to turn, you see his one foot hits the ground. He falls forward, heavily hitting the sand.
Running towards him.
Yeah. We should get back. As he tries to get up. And bringing forth his sword kind of as a means of supporting his entire...
No, everybody's helping him.
Alright.
It's 100%.
Alright. So you lift him up. You see what was those cracks now before you initially thought was sand. It is now his physical form now beginning to fade as it begins to speckle away like dust. It is now crawled up from his neck closer towards his face. Behind the house. As you begin to limp all the way back towards the back of the manor.
Making him walk.
Making it through the city was a little difficult, and watching people as you helping, making it all the way to the back of the manor towards his request, you see the single tree that had made it through the fire. You see what looks like to be, after probably several months, what is overturned ground here. And slightly reforming to having grass being grown over it. You look at this tree as it has grown over the course of a couple of decades, but still large. The memories of you and your brother swinging off of its branches and playing along with it. you're now beginning to see is the shade of the roof coming out towards the back. The night beginning. And as you leave Leroy propped up against the tree, they're down there, you know.
Buried?
Not properly.
Of course not. Gonna start using the big Hulk hands. Start doing a grave, I guess. 'Cause this is where this is going.
Alright. As you dig aside a grave, you do happen upon what are bones.
Ah,
Decayed and rested in a very terrified form. You also see there are 3 sets. 2 that seem a bit older, and 1 with what looks like to be a pierced piece of wood going through its skull.
you've been here alone.
These other 2 skeletons holding this 3rd one as close as possible. Properly this time.
Familia est prima.
Memento mori. As you arrange the bodies properly, and you come up from what was the former poorly made grave into a proper one.
Yeah.
As the night finally hits, and you come up from this grave, you see at the end of the house a tall single figure shaded by its darkness. You see what looks like to be a long formed dress of stars and blackened feathers and a single white mask.
Hello again.
It is time.
Before you take him, is he going to be in peace? Is he going to be okay?
I promised him proper passage.
That's
A
good to
soul
hear.
at ease.
Sorry. I have a bit of a soil, vision of gods at this point. I apologize.
As Leroy begins to get up and walk over towards the form, as you all had watched River spend several hours digging and making what is the proper graves. You all witness through the window sides and to anyone that steps out the entity known as the Raven Queen as she stands before all of you, coming to stake her claim.
Leroy? As
Yeah.
much of a pain in the ass that you were, I love you, bro.
As much as any brother possibly could. What memories I still have of you. Logan. River. I will always love you.
Say hi to mom and dad from me.
Yeah.
Just give him a final hug. Bit of a tight squeeze.
Anybody else have any final words for Leroy?
Didn't know we were there.
Oh, you were there. Still at the mansion.
Yeah, Helena will just kind of quietly give a respectful bow. And then she'll just quietly go in for a hug.
Daggy also goes in for a hug.
Garu like does a little bow and says, "Don't worry, we'll take care of her."
That I can trust. Thank you, Helena. Even to you, Daki, as I've only known you for so long, but you helped all of them. You be good, okay?
Thanks. I will.
Helena. Thank you for not letting me die alone.
I'll make sure you are visited.
As he steps closer and closer out towards Raven Queen, Canis.
He'll just look silently at Leroy.
Fair. As he steps out in front of this towering goddess. You've paid the price. You've achieved balance. May you rest easy, young soul, as what is this long bladed scythe as it comes up over, as it is reaping the soul that comes down. You see the form that was once Leroy, as the blade hits, turn to nothing but blackened feathers. As the form begins to leave down to a single point in space and vanish into the night.
Take care of them.
Helena just squeezes River's shoulder.
I'm okay. I'm a little used to it by this point.
You shouldn't say stuff like that. You really shouldn't. Stuff like this, no one should get used to it.
Lucky, if I said it enough times, maybe I would live it. Just going to make sure that everything is set in place. The graves are well marked. What happened to Leroy's blade, by the way?
As you notice upon looking at the graves as you all turn, they are already completed and almost furnished, with proper tombstones, names, dates.
I meant his blade.
His blade
The Raven's blade.
has gone with him.
Okay, just making sure.
You do see, almost as if the final gift of the Raven Queen was not only finishing the burial, but almost as if it's ritualistically done.
Memento mori.
Memento mori.
Familia prima. Yeah, Reverse is going to walk back in the house. Anos didn't invent that saying,
Stop it.
Caitlin.
Memento mori.
That's why I typed it.
I'm aware.
No. No.
I've had a week. Don't even get me started.
Mm-hmm.
And for those wondering, Familia Prima is family goes first.
Hmm.
It's the family saying.
Yep.
Family first.
Well, now what?
Something to note towards you, Bracky, and to anyone
What?
that has ever met the Raven Queen. This is the first time you've seen her step out in that form. To start
Yeah.
with. Usually she in all regularity, she was prepared for something else. Knowing that you guys had just defeated Zahir and she probably reaping his soul. You are well and aware that she only ever does that form as a means of dominance or to properly threaten.
Was she threatening us?
No, I think she was threatening Zahir's soul if she was going to reap him too.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Raven Queen pulls out the chancla. Starts being the shit out of here.
She is pretty scary.
Yep.
I'll be scary if he doesn't take care of my family. I need something to eat.
Bread.
Of course you do.
You know, on second thought, I actually lost my appetite.
Oh.
So if I, say, waved a bit of cheese under your nose, you're telling me you'd turn that up?
More than likely. At least today.
Would perhaps a drink interest you more? More than food?
No. I had that one drink, never again.
Fair enough.
Although, perhaps a celebration would be in order. After all, this place is finally free.
Yeah, I need to see how the townsfolk are doing.
There are a number of leadership forms that will probably be making their way over the course of the next week after your coronation, for lack of a better term.
Mm.
This is kind of just everyone kind of now beginning to resettle and figure out what to do after what was a
Yeah, trying to know what they were doing this entire time. Like, they were under the mind control of this.
yeah. So, as you all go into the to the manor for the night, or anything that any of you guys want to do?
Mm,
I think I got an idea, but like, let's see what else. Everyone else go first.
Thinking to distract ourselves, but River would just spend some time in the house cleaning it up a little bit.
All right.
Candace will help with that.
Okay. As you guys are rearranging the manor, probably getting rid of anything that had any association to Zahir in any of his symbolism or idealistic writings. It does take quite a bit of the night, but you also have the rest of the week to kind of just arrange those sorts of things.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I pictured going to the kitchen and there's a cake that says, one cake that says, "At least we tried," and another cake that says, "Welcome back, Zahir."
We told him
I don't know why. He was just dropping that in the garbage.
So
Sorry. I don't know why that came to my head right away.
like, fuck. Great.
I mean, they were ready for both scenarios.
Yeah, no. It's just...
No, we walk into the kitchen and they have everything set up as a celebration. Like,
Welcome, Leon. First day.
Great job on getting cured from your inevitable
Congratulations
doom.
on beating God cancer. What is
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Whew.
So.
God, there's so much paperwork waiting for us.
Yep.
Well, me.
All right, Garo. Garo, what do you want to do? Is there anything you want
I
to
need
do
your
tonight?
help.
He's just gonna help around, like go around the town and see if he can help some of the Dracovania boys.
Okay.
Just because I don't think he would be really good at cleaning.
Yeah, probably not.
No, yeah.
As you enter the town, there are several individuals from all walks from across Al-Anon still staying by, acting as sentinels to protecting, making sure everyone feels safe, and there are a couple of Dracovanian boys who are spending a good amount of coin on what could be considered a drink around here, as they're all kind of just, spending this time and night making sure everyone's okay, and also kind of having some discussions on what to do when they decide to get back home, because there's probably a few individuals that are still out and about.
Are any of the fucking big Dracovania boys, like the prince, like the royal family, or the general, or anybody else from the
Dragons?
You do notice a Minerva who is stayed behind, as Rosaric has returned home, Minerva staying by as a means of making sure that the Dracovanians don't get too out of hand.
Oh, hello, Princess Minerva. I'm
Gar.
glad to see that you're all right.
He's gonna do Jacobinian bow.
And she returning a slight curtsy to you. Would you like to join me for, as she swishes whatever in a cup, this?
Well, that depends. How many kegs do they have left?
I'd imagine not much. Not very much.
Gar, I think she's hitting on you.
What?
You're not there. You're not there.
Oh.
She says that from across the town. She's just like, it's in the highest mountain.
Unless you wanted to go with Garu, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go, Gar.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Doc, let me introduce you to my new companion, Docky.
Hi.
Oh.
I just learned how to shake hands a few months ago.
And she also helped kill a god. She could really use a drink, right?
Yeah, I want a drink and bread. I want bread.
Well, I'll provide that. As she raises her hand as what is a mildly confused halfling bartender is beginning to kind of distribute the last of their grog, if anything, and probably also what seems to be not freshly made bread, but rationed bread.
Oh, I like fresh bread. Oh well.
As you bite into it, it is almost as hard as hardtack.
Ow! Like,
Yeah.
What? He's just chomping away. I don't know. This is pretty good.
It's just crunch.
Can I try heating him with my gun?
Yeah, you could break it with your gun.
Yeah, I want to try
break pieces and dipping it into this this groggy swill. Well, that's
So,
delightful.
how are the battles up here, Princess Minerva?
Tiring, but considering that our massive forces manages to push through and push back, it was a good fight. But I'm relatively sure Glacial Trox would have appreciated something a bit more meaty.
I apologize for that. If I had the opportunity, I would have clued him in on our location, but we were underground. Is he still here?
He says he is staying by for another night, kind of just to gather his surroundings. And also to see if he can pick off any stragglers, but after which he says he'll be returning home, as he does not want to leave his horde for too long.
That's understandable. I'll have to pay him a visit later tonight to give him my thanks. But for now, let's enjoy, shall we?
He's gonna
Precisely.
raise up to it like a, and they're gonna clink glasses.
Alright.
Or, like
It's
mugs, I guess.
as the pewter mugs clatter together, and you guys bite through your hardtack to the best of your abilities.
Yeah.
I think you have to pour the mead on top of the bread. It helps soften it.
Okay.
It gives it a bit of extra flavor.
Dougie does that.
All right, yeah, it tastes like alcohol bread. It's really weird. The texture is also really weird.
Wow, this is actually pretty good.
Do I have to roll to make sure she doesn't get drunk?
Depends on how much you intend to drink.
Fucking a lot.
A lot.
Well, to be
Make
fair, she
one.
is eating her bread, so that helps sober it. So that might give her advantage.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
get the crazy
get-
person with a gun to get drunk.
It's fine.
So
What could
go
go
ahead
wrong?
and go ahead and make a Constitution check. I'm gonna say just a straight check.
23.
23. This is swill. This isn't the get the drunk kind of stuff. if one could imagine, this is the equivalent of probably 2% beer comparative to 5%. It's not enough. It's not enough to get you going.
This is kind of weak.
You need a lot more than this. And they can only provide so much considering their stock is low.
Well, if you ever go to Jacovania, there's an excellent bar that I can recommend.
Does it have jazz strong stuff in this?
It has stuff strong enough to drunken dragons.
That's a good answer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Princess Minerva, are they still cleaning up the mess that we made there? You know, that one night we had.
Oh.
We glacier shocks and,
No,
well,
it's...
you know how it went.
Yes, I'm aware of what happened.
Wait, you guys play poker?
No, it was significantly worse than a card game.
Oh, Maiden?
I think we were playing checkers. I don't know, my memory's a bit hazy from that night.
Oh, God.
I was relatively sure it was Go, but it's easy to mistake the pieces.
I guess we'll never know. The only detail that comes to mind is 2 giant dragons in a tiny little bar.
Yep.
Yep.
Feeling so embarrassed by her brother Rosric.
What the hell happened?
We don't talk about what happened.
We don't
at
talk
the
about what
Sleeping Dragon.
happened. Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about what happened.
What happened? Nothing happened. That's what happened.
That's what happened. So, as you guys spend time with Minerva, Helena, what do you want to do before the night ends?
Yeah, I'll quote unquote help Canis and River clean up. But very specifically, if we get to Snake Lady's room, I want to check documents to see if they mention anything about like what happened to their home with the Illithids.
Make an investigation check.
And if I may add up to that stuff, specifically cleaning the house and everything, I want to see if I can find a banner for my family.
27.
27? And go ahead and roll for that, River.
Yep.
As
Would that be
you
investigation? Perception?
Yeah, make an investigation. I'll let you know.
Still advantages or normal?
Just normal. So, Helena, as you are going through Athelius's belongings and some of the old diaries and books, you do happen upon to find some level of information on what had happened. During some time within the last 30 to 40 years, what was relatively a kingdom below the ground, which was somewhere within the Underdark, it was described that an entity had appeared from the beyond. As it did at first, it was with glad tidings, a means of providing ancient information or technology from the beyond. And then eventually, over the course of months, people were beginning to disappear. And these creatures, these Illithid, began to grow in numbers. It was only until a certain point that they realized, somewhere about a year, maybe 2, that their numbers had dwindled so violently, and the Illithid began to overtake and enslave this entire Yuan-Ti culture. In seeking out clerical knowledge, in trying to find any god that be willing to provide power and safety, one answered. And it was on the earth itself. So she sought it out. She found this creature hiding deep within the Underdark. Somewhere in this massive expanse, it had consumed creatures, killed things for its blood, and stripped things of its flesh. And it began to speak with knowledge that was far greater and far stronger, and it promised a deal. Should that Zahir regain its true form, its absolute power, and return back to the Nine Hells, provide Ithilius with greater power, one that could annihilate these invaders of their kingdom. She became a priestess, a scientist, an archaeologist, and began saving her people by the thousands, pulling them towards Zahir, making cultists, followers, believers, and eventually Zahir made a plan in search for the power to restore his own. He remembered that of the primordial dragons, and the only way to get their information was to somehow gain a dragon mark. Devising a plan in order to consume this person, gaining their dragon mark, and seeking out the dragons themselves. "20 years ago, many of the cultists have began to hear words from several individuals. And one was close enough. A young man, a young boy within a halfling city, spoken proudly of the parents of this young man. Some farmers, even some maids had spoken, and thus began a 2-year plan to assail and find the boy with the dragon mark. In doing so, assaulting Lohbandel, burning the manor to the ground in order to try and find this entity. Nowhere. The rest is history, as it has been spoken before and again.
Helena will mosey over to River and Canis. You know, I find it fascinating that for a woman who had her home destroyed and their minds taken over, you would think that she would be against doing that sort of thing to others.
She cast her lot in with the devil. What else did she expect?
It's true.
Desperate, stupid, cold-blooded. Nothing less.
I don't
Come on.
think it's motivation, simply how she went through it.
Could have been so easy to just ask people, hey, can we use a question from your dragon mark? Nope. Kill their entire family, manipulate their people, sacrifice them, eat their flesh. That sounds more reasonable. I am not going to share no tears for these people.
No. Though I will admit, the Illithid thing worries me a little bit.
You think they might come here?
Don't know. Don't believe that they're really the type to come up top, though, at the end of the day.
What exactly are Illithid?
There is a mildly well-drawn sketch of one that comes within the diary as you turn it over towards River. It is this bulging mass of this squid-looking creature with...
It's this gross little thing.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, stories before, they take over minds.
What a vile nightmare is that?
Nilithid. Or Mind Flayer.
Oh, that's not a welcoming name.
No, it's not. She snaps the book closed.
Where are those things from, anyway?
I believe from the Underdark, or perhaps other planes, or some such things like that. Basically, very unwelcoming places.
Do you think... Well, no, if they come from the there have been things going on in the Underdark, wasn't there?
Yes.
You
But that
are
had been what-
aware that the Underdark on several different occasions has come to the surface as more as recently as what has been known as a cell of individuals that have turned their back on the rest of the world as a means of saying that Lolth, the goddess of the Drows and the Underdark and representative of spiders, is not dead, even though, as history has already been told, she was killed and replaced by the goddess known as Arya.
Well, yes, there was something with the Drows. I do remember the hideous toad woman had mentioned. I don't know if that's necessarily the same problem, or at least I'd be inclined to doubt it. But certainly hope that, there are none of those little nasties.
If you say they also come from other planes, what about the portals going to the Githyanki world?
A theoretical possibility, though no proof.
A probability nonetheless. We could have them leaking in through the portals already.
It's true. And I'll admit, I'm worried about how many demons and mentioning of the demon realms, or the nine hells, whatever you call it, has been cropping up lately.
Oh yeah, there was that demon snake lady we just fought. Which, speaking of which, Cadmus, do you think she's coming back too? Like the other demon?
Not for a while, if she does. Besides, the Rakshasa we dealt with, I'm sure he's smart enough not to screw with us again.
Don't know. Aren't they supposed to be,
Mega vengeful.
After all, he went after that one dude for, what was it, years? Pretty sure it was years. I don't think he's smart. Nor did he seem like he was of sound mind.
A little crazy, if you will. I have to write this down for keep an eye out. Maybe if we can, check with the generals if they in their cities they have heard anything about Illithid. I don't know how to say that word. Mind player. That's better.
Yeah, we could probably look into it. Something to just keep in mind. Although, really, I'd say the more pressing matter is the Numerian at this point.
Do we know what his next move is going to be? We have 2 years, but
No
I
idea.
don't really want to catch him at the very last moment.
Well, I told this to Canis, but a while ago back when Garu had left, I'd actually gotten a dream from a goddess.
Hmm.
She'd said to meet with her. She would give me a sign at some point, but I think she knows quite a bit more about what's going on with him. Might be the best possible lead we have to investigate him.
So we have to wait for you to get another call.
Most likely.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose it's better than nothing.
Considering how many times demons have cropped up and the fact that he himself even used one at one point, I'm almost starting to wonder if that's where he's hiding. I remember back when I stole those documents, there was a time where he almost felt like he was burning.
Wait, who?
The Lumerian
Like he was burning.
had that scent. I don't know if it really means anything. It's just a theory I have at the moment. Nothing solid. But again, considering that he used demons before, starting to wonder.
We have to deal with a lot with that. Which brings up the question. Like, the demons we have been dealing with, the one that was summoned by the hags, what was the purpose there? It was the same one that this Yuanti used.
Yes, the Ice Devil.
Like, what's the connection there?
Possibly just
Testing?
an easy pawn. Revenge. Would you like to work for me, kind of thing.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, that's still only speculation.
Yeah.
Well then.
Oh, yeah, did I manage to find a banner with my family insignia?
Unfortunately, while doing your best to both clean and investigate, unfortunately, whatever was left over of your family's former crest no longer exists.
Gotcha.
What are you looking for?
A family banner, even a burnt one. Insignia.
What did it look like?
River's going to show Helena her belt buckle. Kind of like this.
Is that bread?
Well, yeah.
Your insignia's bread.
Well, it's not only the bread. It was a bread with alongside a sickle and a pitchfork to represent the hardworking family. But the bread is a symbol of Melora. No, Melora. Oh frick! My brain.
I think it's Yondala.
Yandala, yeah, thank you. Her symbol tends to be something more elaborate, but it can be put down into just a bread. Auntie Yandala. I was hoping to get one and try to rail up the people to let them know.
Well, I'd be willing to bet that we could rustle something up.
You know how to sue?
I do not. However, we have plenty of money, and, you know, I'm sure that considering people will be rebuilding their lives, I'd imagine that people would love to get back to work. Good, honest lives again. Really put that symbol to good use.
Guess so. For now, is there anything else we can do right now? Like, what time is it? Night? Way too far night.
It's pretty late. You've kind of distracted yourself away from the funeral.
Yeah. I'm gonna go rest up a little bit.
Garu and Daki, as you both have been enjoying the company of Minerva.
Those drunks.
Meanwhile,
as she begins to kind of spout off against talking about the complexities of the magical circuits and the way that how certain traditions, especially when it comes to the arts of either illusion or evocation, and talking about the complexity that is necromancy.
wait a second. How do you know necromancy?
Well, you see, it's not. I don't know it. I just know its structure. It's the way things are done.
Wow, that seems very interesting. Daki, do you know necromancy?
No. I mean, I can teach my bullets necromancy if I wanted to.
I be careful with it. There's always something that comes back from it. It's necromancy is a dangerous art.
What if your bullets come back from the dead?
You mean I have zombie bullets?
Zombie bullets. You guys have been drinking all night, and it's finally getting to you.
Wait. She pulls out a gun. She starts on the bullet.
Pull out my gun!
Are you guys zombie bullets?
No response.
Garu, the bullets are not telling me if they're zombies or not.
Well, that must mean that they're alive.
That must mean they're inanimate objects that have no will of their own.
That
But
too.
I'm going to bed. And she gets up and knocking over her cup. Oh, that's rude of me.
Do you need any assistance?
Puts it back on the table with both hands. No, I'm fine. Thank you, darling. You were a pleasure. As well as you, Daki. The discussion about magic and as well as your integration of using them as bullets in a gun has truly enlightened my way of thinking.
My bullets can like teleport you if you want.
No, thank you. As you see some flames beginning to come out from her mouth. I appreciated this company. It's been a while. She gracefully begins to step out from the bar.
Good tidings, princess.
Do you think we should help her?
She's a dragon. She can handle herself. Trust me, you have no idea how capable people are in Dracomania.
I don't know, man. I watched Dragon Maid. They are fucking useless.
A loud clattering occurs. Whoopsies!
Although maybe I should get some of the guards to help escort her. I don't know.
Yeah.
You get an idea as she is now beginning to fly away in her dragon form. She's definitely going in some direction.
You go to the sides.
As you guys are staring out, you see a golden dragon beginning to fly off into the distance.
That dragon is drunk.
I have a weird question. Does she burn things while she gets drunk?
I don't know. I know her brother does, but I'm not really sure about her.
Wait, a brother.
Little bits and pieces of this story is being told.
Yeah, it's a lot of happening there.
You're uncovering the lore.
Yeah. The 1 month backstory.
Yeah,
So-
boy.
As you guys begin to you all return back home and rest for the night.
Do they make it back home?
Assisting one another.
We know how
That's the
Garu freaking pilots around. Even when he's sober.
We're also well aware that Daki is with him. I'm gonna say
Jackie.
And she's drunk too.
The wisdom
Both-
is to recall places and directions,
Yeah.
man.
Daki.
Intelligent memory.
Daki.
Yeah. Yes.
Make a actually no, it's intelligence, not
Is it?
wisdom.
Yeah,
No,
intelligence.
yeah,
Wisdom.
intelligence is being able to recall something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wisdom is a feeling. So
No,
Daki,
it's well,
make
What if it's a mix of both?
I thought wisdom was
Whatever's
directions.
Wisdom is intuition. Intelligence is
intuition.
recalling information, like where
Yeah.
you've been.
I mean, arguably, survival is wisdom.
Yeah. Which is what we use for directions.
But that's
Intuition.
for inspecting. But that's inspecting, like something within the survivalist ability. This is to recall where you were and where you're going.
That's
Listen,
Yeah,
we're just trying to think of what shenanigans happen with a negative.
Yeah, no, this is
modifier, so-
that's where this
You're
is
already
going. So
drunk.
Daki assisting Garu because he is a blind drunk man right now. Make an intelligence check with disadvantage.
I don't know. I got like a B on. Oh, so 20 plus 3? Is that? How do you roll for disadvantage?
You roll twice and then you take the
Take the
lowest number.
smallest.
Alright, so that was 23. 20.
God damn.
Hot diggity.
Yeah, that's why I wanted wisdom.
Damn. Damn it.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered with wisdom either.
He has minuses.
Yeah.
but when he rolls like that, and when the low number is at 17, it doesn't really matter.
Even at a -2. Okay, so as you two are walking home, you guys are singing a bar song the entire way there. As
I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over.
I don't know that song, so.
I only know that one line.
as you guys do, a few people begin to actually chant along as a victory song.
We're just walking down the street like that one
Yeah.
gif where everyone just like rolls up with the fucking speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the entire city, like a rolling sound wave, people kind of confusingly singing some of the lyrics to a song probably sung by many a bard. As you guys finally make it back up to the manor, and you pass out within your beds.
This isn't get bad. This
It
bed
really
won't.
is.
This bed won't betray me.
What happened to the other bed?
Wait, Gar, are you in the same room as Naki?
Nah.
About to ask.
He's on
Yeah, I
the
was
floor.
wondering about that. Oh,
He's on the floor.
like he's like on the floor outside of her room or bed, whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you on the floor?
I don't know. The wood is comforting to me. Did you know you used to sleep on stones in the monastery? This
I
is
mean-
far better.
I used to sleep on broken glass when I was homeless.
Why?
No.
How is she still alive?
I asked that every time I created her.
By the will of God.
Also, she
I think
doesn't
that's
a-
sleep. She's an elf.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Get on broken glass.
Yeah,
I
sitting
pretend
on
to
broken
sleep.
glass. Alright, so. As you guys begin to rest, two of you going into meditation, as your bodies begin to return to the ether of sleep or Zen. As you, Canis, leaning back and thinking about the victory at hand. You hear a roaring call as your eyes are bolted awake, finding yourself within what is these dark hallways. As you begin to step through them, you are brought back to this notion. The last time you dreamed, the last time you heard. And before you, as you begin to process through each hallway, one turn after the next, at a certain point you stand before 13 doors before you. There are figures, silhouettes. Above them, these doors is almost towers. This giant open room, these silhouettes all now beginning to stare at you. These burning red eyes.
Do I recognize any of the silhouettes?
Make an insight check on them. Get a general look, a feel.
Wow, I've been actually getting good rolls tonight. Goddamn. 26.
Nice.
Nice. There's one, in fact two, that are familiar. The form that comes the most recent. These bright red eyes, slightly glistened over by something else, but you notice the physicality and the thing that is on its back, this giant blade. As you get closer, it stares back at you, and it pulls back its lips, smiling wide, filed down, sharp teeth. The second form you do take notice. One that haunted you for quite some time. The long-haired, the red eyes, the robes, the condescending look coming down from it. Almost pitiful.
Where were these figures in relation to the doors?
They're all kind of strewn about, but each one is relatively within the general area of the door in its room. They all kind of have a different stance, where this creature that you looked at first, it looked ready, violent even. And the other one kind of looking about, waving its hands. There's no reaction, there's nothing that indicates that your physical presence is making them do this. It's almost as if the evolution of watching them is you getting close, but they don't seem to react.
How many figures were there?
13.
Canis is going to start looking at the other figures that he doesn't recognize.
Each one is different. You see one with what looks like a very wide brim hat, the pluming feather out off to the side, a thin blade, and harp on its belt loop. Another who holds what looks like to be this wooden staff covered in leathers and some other forms of nature. One that is built much more than the first, carrying swords and shields of all kinds. As you begin to notice, each one of these are often represented by the classifications. By the time you get to a certain point, you notice that there is one more that is far superior than any of the others, but much older, wiser, stronger, to almost near middle age. This one is strewn in very fine armaments and robes. Carrying what looks like to be a single grimoire in its hand.
Where did I recognize the original two from?
You remember the first one at a meeting not too long ago, before you went to Lohbandel. The second one, the silhouette, the one that haunted you for a while. He gave his last goodbyes within the very foyer of your home.
Okay. He's going to stand in front of that last one.
As you notice, as you look across the entirety of these 13, they ascend in age and height.
Did all of them have the glowing red eyes?
Yep.
Okay. So I suppose you weren't the last one. Where in the 9 hells are the other 12?
They all still stand before the doors in front of you.
Canis is going to check the door for the Lemurian King. Does it give it all?
As You reach towards the 13th door and it pulls across and open. It is a white void, just looking through the threshold of the door.
He'll check the next door.
As you go back towards that general direction, the next door, same thing, a white void at its threshold.
How the hell did I get here? Anything back the way that he came in?
There was the hallways that brought you here, but now they are gone. As you look back, the room has enclosed itself. The doors, as you begin to open, all lead to a white void.
He'll check that oldest one, the one that was holding the grimoire, and go through that door.
Alright. As you begin to step through, and you look in, you enter into the white void. As you pass through the door, as it shuts, you see as the room becomes no longer white, but black. And as the door shuts behind you, you are left there. And you see just beyond a small flame, beyond the vision,
I'll go towards it.
stepping closer. You hear the shouts and cries of almost inaudible moments. And as things get closer towards that flame, you notice that it is a basin of fire. As you begin to step through, you see the room filling like a memory. As it washes through, you hear the shouts of screaming people dying. As you look out towards the balcony, you see what is forms, wraiths, the undead roaming these large streets. You stand within the throne room of a final memory. As you begin to look out, you see what is Dracoliches as they are spewing vitriol through the entirety of these golden hair, red-eyed individuals. And there are several blue eyes, and being torn down and strewn by skeletons and endless masses of the undead. You see within that throne room a single man who is begging and pleading. The words are almost inaudible, but it is a olden creature looking up, pleading. And you see above, just out and around the throne room, symbols of the gods for anything. As another creature appears before you, a single being, light, order, almost mechanical in form. And he points towards the begging man. Looking up. With a scornful eye, he throws aside what is these blades, these armaments, these things that he had held so dear, these things that he had valued, that were gifts from the gods. As he looks out to the city in scorn, he sees what is a single diocese as it begins to raise from the floor. Within it, as it grows out, showing what is this long blade, this thing that was created. Looking out towards the 12 columns that make these doors. And in a few words, an incantation spoken. And you watch over the course of several minutes as it finishes. The room blackens, and you and the entity, mechanical, golden, as it stares back at you, a city now lost.
So I guess that's how Lumeria fell.
In his final moments, he begged and pleaded for things that would never come to pass. Now he intends to imbalance the universe. Your father was a contribution to the ignorance and fall of a nation that was promised many things. It is now the duty of this world soon to be forsaken to save itself. An unfair lie.
Who are you?
I am order.
What was that thing that he was talking to?
In its time, it was known as the Ragnarok Project.
So what he intends to use again?
You hear the hitting of almost like gears, twisting and turning, the ticking of clocks. In time, a message will be sent.
he will assail the primaterial plane, and you, along with your companions, will attempt to stop him. If you fail, the primordial dragons will see fit to begin this world anew. You succeed, you will escape this age of its potential doom.
I'm well aware of the stakes. Can you tell me anything else of what he's going to do? When or where?
In the heart of this land you will see a castle within the sky. There. It will attempt to remove the shining star of freedom to replace it with its own.
How do we stop him?
As one of the gears, as it passes by you, almost massive in size, the creature disappears behind it.
Even I do not know.
As it echoes out. As each gear, as it almost passes like a giant clock, you see as it's beginning to piece together in the darkness. At the end of it, it stops, coming down with two hands as it shows just you. And the voice as it rings out once more.
Perhaps you will find the answer.
And as the hands almost get closer towards you, like walking into a mirror, you are awoken, breathing heavily. Almost like a ringing bell off in the distance. Clockwork. Perfection and order. There's a strange creature, these gods.
Great, more things to worry about.
It is the new day for everyone, as you all begin to wake up.
Gotta get off this floor.
I have to work to see if I have a hangover.
No, you definitely have a hangover. You were tempted. You were tempted. You were tempted by a golden dragon to consume as much alcohol as you can.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Are you feeling a bit better today?
Man, I didn't need that kidney.
All right.
It's
So,
okay, be sure to get some water.
as
I'll just drink the toilet water. That usually does the trick.
Wait, is Gary immune to hangovers?
I'm now immune to poison.
Oh.
Immune to hangovers.
Wait, how can you get drunk then?
Wait, where's your toilets?
you can get drunk, but that doesn't mean it'll last long.
Alcohol's a poison.
Yeah. It's literally technically a poison.
Which means he can't get drunk.
You can't get
Hell
drunk
yeah.
easy.
I was training my liver this entire time.
Have you seen Deadpool?
Very weak alcohol to train his body for the strong alcohol. Like Doc.
It reminds me of that shot from Good Omens.
That one fateful night at the tavern was the test. And I passed.
Oh,
I was victorious. All right. So, let's see. New day. So, as the new day begins, you are met with a polite knocking upon the manor door.
oh right. I'll go answer it.
Is she still? Is this like a new day from the hangover, or is it like?
It's the beginning of the day, and you are still hungover. Yes.
Why does someone knock so hard?
Just
Well, I imagine that there's going to be plenty of visitors, Daki.
Daki runs to the door.
all right.
I'm
As you
already
see,
opening it.
it is this massive human man. What is
Am I mute?
Gerorge's child?
No, we hear you.
Massive man.
Yeah, big boy, big man.
Sir,
She points a gun at the guy.
You have 5
I'm
seconds.
punching Daki.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm punching Daki in the stomach.
No.
Just wham!
As soon as I see the gun out, just
Do I need a roll to see if I can still draw my gun, or I can avoid his punch?
Sure. Go ahead and draw a dexterity check for the drawing
Roll
of your gun.
disadvantage because Garo's gonna try and no, don't do that. Don't do that. We save that for the dangerous people.
Because Garo interferes, she'll stop.
Okay.
Yeah. You should use your gun for intimidation for the right people, not friends and or
oh,
strangers.
did my punch not go through? What happened?
But he knocked on the door. I have a headache.
But he didn't knock on you. That's what matters.
It's the punch stopping midway.
Everything's
Quite
stopped
lively,
anyway.
all of you really are. Well then, good evening, or good morning, sorry. It's nighttime for me.
Good morning.
All of you. I brought the correct entitlements to all of you. Where happened to be your brother?
He was claimed. Were you aware of his situation? I don't think he was. He. So the long story short, he did not survive the 20 years ago. He came back to life as a revenant from the Raven Queen, and now that his job has been fulfilled, he has been claimed by her.
Dangerous game the gods are.
Yeah.
Well, I do apologize for my insensitivity.
No. You. How would you know? Don't worry.
Well then, I suppose we will commence the entitlements and making sure that everything is arranged properly as he begins to enter into the office. And he placing down 4 pieces of paper. One is you as you reclaim and give your title, and pretty much it's already written out. This is Lohbandel. This is who you are. This is the title that you will be given, and so pretty much this will give you the classification of Lordess of pretty much this land within Alernon, and this is yours. Another piece of paper is pretty much the trade agreements, so that way it could keep the trade going. Certain taxations, things going in and out, making sure that everyone is safe, the things that you will do in order to accommodate caravans and stuff like that, and making sure that everyone is properly given the things that need to be given. The third piece of paper is pretty much the restoration contract, which pretty much means as long as you adhere to the trade contract, this will they will provide you everything within the means, so that way once this part is over, the second part will be pretty much adjusted as according to the fourth part, which is pretty much, the fourth piece of paper pretty much signs to the agreement once the last, or the contract before this one is fulfilled, then renegotiation will begin with the rest of the kingdom.
So as soon as River starts saying all the things she needs to read, she starts heavily sweating. Oh, what does this mean? So River is going to.
What's going off in her head?
Is going to not request, not ask, not please, not be nice about, humble about it. She's going to beg Canis for help. I can't read all of this.
He's just going to be slowly making his breakfast while she's doing that.
I need someone with knowledge of this.
Well, if you just sign on a dotted line, I'm sure that'll be fine.
That's not how a smart person would typically do that.
No, why would you say yes to something you haven't read?
I can't read anything.
Oh, that's a good
I
point.
have a headache.
So, Canis, do you wish to assist?
Helena? I know Helena's pretty good with documents, and I know Canis has experience with this. I need the support.
You came in muffled now, what'd you say?
Yeah, Canis will help with that. After he's done his breakfast and while she's still begging.
We patiently wait for him as he slowly, he takes a spoon, slowly looking at them. Oh.
Just slowly buttering toast while she's doing it. Having conversation with everyone else while this is going on.
I'm
Elena's sipping her tea, just joining in the conversation.
It's just like 1 minute, it would turns to Geralt. 1 minute, and then turns to Canis, and then just spends the entire morning, and then finally comes back to still begging Canis. I was like, Miss Matilius, good to see you this morning.
First, my tea.
Kicking back, reading a newspaper.
Oh, look! Hey, look at that. Sahir is dead. Oh, that's nice news.
Good news.
That's some good news,
everyone.
So do I need to sign as my old name or
As the
what's
name
the deal
you
here?
present yourself as.
Huh?
Whichever the name you are to present yourself as.
She's going to think about it while they read the fine print.
Alright.
I don't know if I need to make checks with my documenters here.
Documenters. No, it's all pretty clean and simple. And once again, once the town is at its full restoration, you will have the right to renegotiate the taxes and all that stuff. So pretty much, the kingdom is getting a 15% tax cut for allowing these trade routes to continue. So,
for sure.
Yeah, because it's a 15%. While it doesn't seem like much now, it's significantly less for several other towns like Orakani and Vale and the Cayenne border, but it's more feasible for you right now because you're getting a bunch of supplies for that agreement.
Yeah. The whole the Lohbandel restoration project is going to require a lot.
We gotta go to the diadem.
I'm going to go to the diadem, yeah. As soon as all the reading and everything has been taking place, is there anything I can? No, fuck it. River is going to sign as River does, like.
All right. As you sign off on as River does, like reclaiming your former name.
Something old, something new.
Perfect. Well then. Do you sign all the documentation?
If we spot nothing shady, yeah.
Make an insight check. Just
Oh, let's go, documenters.
yeah.
Rerolling that.
Gosh darn it, Bracky.
23.
Thank you.
Anything? As far as what you can see, there's nothing nefarious going on. Arario is generally, especially as the Alanon Kingdom, generally speaking, is very helpful towards its, any city outside of itself. This is mainly because they fight with what is the natural element of the country itself. Even seaside cities are really important, but there's not a lot going on. There's a lot more city and a lot more towns within Wallenstein and Yimden and even Excelsium and Hollengrad even, but like here there's just a giant open space that can't even be occupied right now. So having another city that is to its benefit, some taxation, trade for supplies is generally good for business.
Very well. We can export, import fish, with the ocean, everything. Start the trade. Very well. Everything will be signed up.
Well, we will make proper. We will make proper seals and signs sent to you from the personal kingdom itself, so that way, whenever something like this needs to happen, it will be done with your seal instead of with your signature.
Very well.
Right. Well,
I'm gonna have to talk to the people at some point, though. Have you ever been in this kind of situation? When is it a good time to get everyone together for something like this?
in time, I'd imagine, especially after a rebellion and an uprising and then a reclamation, I give it about a week.
Very well. Once everyone is placed together.
Yes. I imagine with Mr. Mattilius here, you make a proper advisor to consult when it comes to the royal standards.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Oh, don't worry. I can coach her on that.
I haven't been a noble in 20 years, Canis.
I'm aware.
I don't know which fork is which. We never used that.
Oh, trust me, you get used to it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Listen, River. He's gonna put a hand on his shoulder. Once you understand draconian politics, you can understand any kind of politics. I can help you out.
I don't think you know how halfling politics work.
Let's pause.
Yeah.
Either which way, I do have a duty to return back to within Lycia Bank, so I wish you all...
Very well, sir. Would you happen to know where our companions are? The ones who helped in the fight?
I believe they still might be within the city. I remember the greenish-looking one with the horns and the big boar, still lingering around.
Very well.
Oh, did you see a darling Goliath? Was he around?
Yes, I probably making sure some of the other cultists managed to not escape from their sight, so might be nearby. And what was the other one? He's got a mug.
Oh, yes, the
Big.
Dignasi. He helped us.
Yes. If you do manage to come across him, thank him dearly, and also tell him to never come back.
Possibly.
I have questions.
I'm very curious now.
What did he do?
What, was it the Earth Elemental?
Yes, it was definitely that.
Did he get annoying?
Specific. No, it's. I don't mind the Holmgradian vocabulary. I just take offense to a giant rock
Moaning?
thing.
Was it
Not
moaning?
just only moaning, but also crushing a great deal of my forces.
That'll do it.
I'm afraid he also saved our lives, so you're really on your own if you want to tell him that.
I'd
Very
rather
much.
not.
He kind of
rather
helped
not.
us, sorry.
I'd rather not. Anyway, I have things to kill in Lycia back. Good evening, good day, and
Take care,
How
sir.
is Lycia Bay?
And please knock next time.
Oh, yeah, at least
next time.
we're managing to push out closer towards the center of Lycia Bay, but as we get closer, it becomes far more dangerous. Hopefully, in time, we might be able to figure out as to why.
Has there been any other portals reported around the country?
Not that I've dared to inspect. I've been moved to taking care of the incident itself. Celia having returned to head the investigation team.
Gotcha. Sorry, just making sure if there were any other reports.
Fair enough. Well then, a good day to all of you.
Good day, sir.
Odes, as he gives a very polite full bow towards you, and sir, towards Canis.
He'll nod.
And he returns back over and begins to leave out towards what will be closer towards the west. As all of you...
Oh.
Yep.
By the way, Yara, just making sure that the flame tongue rapier, was that left behind? That was not part of
I'll let you know right now. This is the first time.
Yeah,
I've
because
rolled.
I kind of attuned to it, but I forgot if it was there or not. I forgot to ask you.
He did attune to the flame tongue dagger, or the flame tongue sword, so everything he had on him went with him. So I'm gonna have to see.
Did he leave me with nothing?
So
What a
He,
Oh boy.
took it with him.
oopsie doodle.
Oopsie.
He accidentally took it with him to
To be fair, he was dying. He was probably.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm thinking like,
Probably in the afterlife holding it. Fuck.
Yeah, he probably crossed through, and then
So
he goes through the inventory as he's kind of just like putting everything down, and then he's like, "Why do I have an extra flame tongue? Oh,
oh no, she's gonna kill me.
Wait, I'm dead.
So I lost all my best weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Good news, everyone. I looted your house and found this weapon.
Well, we can always get you new ones. I know a guy.
Do you have anything right now, River?
Well, I have a dragon slayer longsword. I have a couple of hand axes. I got a bunch of arrows, a bow.
You're fine.
I got
Fine, Jiraiya, you're fine, yes.
a silver dagger, my punches.
Wait, you have what?
What?
The dragon. Never mind.
Yeah, we took that from Canis's. When we were thinking of going after a dragon, I had that. It's been there for a while.
I didn't know you kept it this entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
She threw it at you.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah, and he ragdolled multiple times.
Oh. I guess I tried to repress those memories.
Here, look, and touches you with the sword.
Don't.
Ragdolls.
Ragdolls.
He ragdolls and falls down the stairs.
Oh shit! Oh,
Like Family Guy style.
Okay, I didn't think about that one.
Ow.
Sorry.
So, a ragdolled Garu, a hungover Daki, a brandly new made Lordess.
Oh shit! We also need to give our freaking magical weapons of legend to the Silver Dragon. We are going to be like naked guys.
I'm not.
I
Well,
have to give the shield back to the king.
she should give us a time for when we had to return.
She said when we were done with our our mission.
Dang it, I like this bow.
She didn't define which mission.
That's true. That's a loophole. Thank you, voice in the sky.
You
She
should probably give back the shield though, just for like political. But just I don't know. Doesn't feel right.
That shield is so nice.
But it's the king's.
We could at least ask and see if he needs it back immediately.
Okay, we can ask.
all right. So
Sorry,
As,
I just things coming to my head as we're kind of wrapping up. Sorry.
So, as you guys, a ragdolled Garu at the bottom of the stairs, a hungover Daki, a brand new Lordess, made a new lady,
That's so weird.
and a dream that still echoes 13 that always walk, and now a relieved individual of any potential threat for the time being. That is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we will be back, not next week.
No.
No
'Cause
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
week.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
America turkey killing day.
Yeah, turkey killing.
I
day.
have no turkey,
Look.
actually, because I'm not going home. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Make your own frickin' turkey.
Yeah. But no, I'm just gonna make a roast
Ultimate in
beef.
leftovers.
No, I'm just gonna make roast beef, stuffing, and mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
doesn't
good.
sound bad at all.
Yeah. Hey, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. So we won't be back this Sunday. We will be back in the first Sunday of December, I believe.
Yeah.
So we will be back on the 6th. And then we'll be playing for 3 weeks. And then we will be taking off the winter for the break for about 3 weeks. Because I actually intend to visit my family as safely as possible. Meaning I'm driving 19 hours.
Shit.
Meaning I have to
Hooray.
drive 19 hours one direction and 19 hours back the other.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I look forward to it. So no game this upcoming Sunday. We'll be back for a few games during the winter. And my God, yeah. So that's with that. So quick announcements before we end tonight, and then we'll go ahead log off. So for me personally, this week has been relatively okay for me. I realized I didn't make a Friday video. You know, I'm still relatively catching myself for what has been these past several weeks of either a lot of hard work and rearranging things so that way I can start making consistent content again, and also trying to now work on the Cooler Cute video, which needs to get done. And also subsequently try and get a new video, which is going to be a long-form content that I'm looking forward to. It's not going to be how to be an adventurer, but it is going to be an interesting, almost philosophic point of view, if anybody's interested in that. And then, let's see, I am streaming, again, Wednesdays, Fridays. However, this week, due to things, I am just probably only gonna do Friday. If I do end up doing Wednesday, I'm just gonna be playing some Minecraft. I don't know. I don't know, man.
The Minecraft.
The Minecraft. So yeah. So I think that's gonna be it. There will probably be a Friday video. If there's no Friday video, there's an obvious reason for that. And last but not least, I have nothing else. That's my last but not least. So, Boo, take it away.
I got nothing to announce. November has been kind of fucking boring this month, but I did get a new mic, and it does seem to be working, so I might stream a bit more. Maybe.
Hey.
I'm not sure. No guarantees. There's no set schedule.
Boy, you ripped up your ball.
Expect nothing and deliver less. Anyways, I'm good for today. Racky, what's up?
Hi, I am Braki, aka Brachyzoid. I play the River the Halfling Fighter. For me, when it comes to news, it's kind of hazy too. November has been a bit of a slow month, but I stream games and sometimes art at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid, mainly Final Fantasy XIV, because that fucking game sucks my life. If you're not gonna be here around in the next couple of weeks, they are gonna be dropping Final Fantasy XIV's 5.4 update. So they say it's going to be early December, so we might be getting some of those streams in the next couple of weeks. Getting excited for that. Who knows? We'll see. You can also find my work on Twitter at Brachyzoid. If you want to share anything regarding the campaign, like art or comments, you can do so on Twitter by using the hashtag D6DR or by tagging us with our Twitter handles, which you can find underneath our characters' names. But anything major to announce? Not really. There are no plans for new stuff coming out. There's no stuff for any art pieces or such, which I hope I go back into drawing more, because I either draw Final Fantasy XIV stuff or play Final Fantasy XIV stuff. So, yeah, if you like Final Fantasy XIV, I am there.
Sammy Thigh Master.
Good old Sammy Thigh Master.
Heck yeah.
But Caitlin, take it away.
Hello, I'm CaitlinC37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at CaitlinC37, where I do art and a lot of it. Commissions are open, so if y'all want any paintings of characters done, you can find all my information on my Twitter. And then if you want to watch me do those commissions, you can find me on my Twitch. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll take it away.
Hey, I'm Sir Malvik. You can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/Sir_Malvik. You can find my Twitter below my name, I guess. As for the streaming, I normally end up streaming games, if the mood strikes me. But as Boo said, I promise nothing and deliver less.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, and last but not least, Dai, how you now?
Yo, this is Dai Tomodachi. Play Daki at Dai Tomodachi 6 on Twitter. Just going to be streaming on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming more on Genshin Impact. I might stream something on Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what game I'll be streaming. That'll be like up in the air. But I am publishing another Kakyoin episode. It's going to be beta. I had to edit it because apparently people do not like it when you call beta the L word. So that was fun. Yeah, but people get up in arms about it. Yeah.
Wait, what did you do?
No. For the Bea video, there was a line in which she mentions that Kakyoin thought that she's a lolly, and then I tease in the community tab post, the angriest lolly you'll see, and then I go through the comments and see people saying, "Well, Bea is not a lolly," blah 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 blah.
People hate that DL word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny was
mad.
What's funny was he didn't even he thought that she was a lolly even though she's not, and it's just reference that he's going to press the lolly button and eat her or whatever. But that's not even the whole point of the video.
People can take it.
People are angry about something out of context.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, that video is coming up. And I am streaming my animations on Sundays, which is the same time as a couple hours before these streams. I've been streaming Hamster Face Man on my YouTube channel. I'm very excited to see more people interested in the project, and hopefully when it comes out in March, it will be the weirdest yet epic thing you'll see on the channel. And that's about it for me.
All right. So, so that's gonna be everything. I'm gonna miss you guys for a week. I really am.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can schedule a Saturday game.
All right. So, anything else
Or Sunday.
pressing?
No.
He
Yeah,
did.
nothing major that I can call.
All right. I'm gonna miss you guys, as always. So,
All right. Take it easy,
that being
dude.
said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And as always, hopefully we will see you, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. The Sunday after next.
Take
Yeah.
care.
Have a
Yeah.
good night, everyone. Love you all.
Wow.
All right.
Bye.
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 Laters.